The afternoon sun hung brightly over the skyline, casting a golden glow across the sprawling grounds of Silver Oak Country Club. A gentle breeze swept through the perfectly trimmed lawns as guests in elegant suits and designer gowns gathered for their 10-year high school reunion. Laughter and quiet conversations filled the air, until the distant sound of helicopter blades silenced the crowd. Heads turned toward the sky as a sleek helicopter slowly descended onto the open field nearby. No one had expected such an entrance. Curiosity quickly turned into disbelief when the cabin door opened. The woman who stepped out wasn't a celebrity, politician, or famous actress. She was Serena Hail, the quiet girl everyone had ignored, mocked, and humiliated throughout high school. Life has a remarkable way of bringing people back to the places where they were once broken. Sometimes it isn't for revenge. Sometimes it's simply to prove that healing is possible. As Serena calmly walked across the lawn, every conversation came to an abrupt stop. The classmates who had once laughed at her could hardly believe the confident woman standing before them. The shy teenager they remembered had disappeared, replaced by someone whose strength could be seen in every step she took. 10 years earlier, Serena had been known as the invisible girl at Brooksville High. Raised in a struggling household, she wore second-hand clothes, carried inexpensive school supplies, and quietly kept to herself. While she possessed remarkable talent in art and an exceptional mind, none of those qualities mattered in a school where popularity often outweighed kindness. The popular students made her daily life miserable. They laughed at her clothes, ridiculed her quiet personality, and treated her as though she didn't belong. Even her most painful moments became entertainment for those looking for someone to mock. Despite everything, Serena never allowed hatred to consume her. She found comfort in sketching beautiful designs inside a worn notebook and held tightly to dreams she rarely shared with anyone. The only person who consistently encouraged her was Mr. Kenner, the school's elderly janitor. Whenever he noticed her struggling, he reminded her that difficult seasons never last forever and that true strength is often invisible until life demands it. After graduation, Serena's journey became even harder. She worked multiple jobs just to survive, sacrificing sleep while studying business and digital marketing during every spare moment she could find. Then fate quietly opened a door. One afternoon, she visited a small candle shop, searching for an affordable gift. The owner, an elderly entrepreneur named Evelyn Hart, noticed Serena's creativity, honesty, and determination almost immediately. Instead of simply selling her a candle, Evelyn offered her a job. That single opportunity transformed Serena's future. Using her artistic talent and innovative ideas, Serena redesigned the company's products, introduced elegant collections, built an online brand, and connected emotionally with customers around the world. Sales grew faster than anyone imagined. Years later, when Evelyn passed away, she entrusted the entire business to Serena. With tireless dedication, Serena expanded the small family business into Hearth Haven, an internationally recognized luxury wellness brand whose products reach hotels, airports, boutiques, and homes across the globe. The girl who once had almost nothing had built an extraordinary life through resilience, compassion, and relentless determination. When an invitation arrived for the 10-year reunion, Serena recognized the familiar tone hidden beneath the polite words. She knew many of the people inviting her had never truly respected her, but she accepted anyway, not because she wanted revenge, not because she wanted their approval. She returned to show herself that the frightened teenager she once was had finally become the woman she had always hoped to be. As the helicopter landed and Serena stepped onto the reunion grounds in an elegant ivory dress, confidence surrounded her naturally. She wasn't trying to impress anyone. Peace had replaced insecurity, and success had replaced self-doubt. The crowd silently moved aside as she entered the hall. Some classmates lowered their eyes in embarrassment. Others stared in complete disbelief. The people who once judged her appearance suddenly found themselves questioning the choices they had made years ago. Inside the beautifully decorated venue, Serena walked past familiar faces without bitterness. She wasn't there to reopen old wounds. She was there to close them forever. She eventually stopped beside a display filled with old-school photographs. One picture showed a lonely teenage girl sitting by herself on a bench during lunch. Serena smiled softly. Instead of feeling sadness, she felt gratitude. That lonely girl had survived, That lonely girl had refused to give up, and because she never surrendered, she had built a future beyond anything those bullies could have imagined. As the reunion came to an end, Serena stepped outside and looked toward the clear blue sky. Warm sunlight touched her face as a helicopter prepared for departure once again. She realized she no longer needed apologies. She no longer needed acceptance. Her happiness had never depended on the opinions of people who failed to see her worth. As the helicopter lifted into the sky, Serena left behind far more than a school reunion. She left behind every painful memory that had once convinced her she wasn't enough. For the first time in many years, she felt completely free. Because true success isn't proving others wrong. It's finally believing in yourself. If you like, I can also expand this into a 10-minute copyright-free story in the same emotional style.